Julio Santiago is suing festival promoter David Sitechek for $1,250 for stiffing his group on their performance fees. Julio claims he and his team of breakdancers put on 2 great shows for David and were ready to do a third when David suddenly dismissed them without pay. David claims Julio and his dancers arrived extremely late and only gave 1 performance before the festival was rained out. So if anything, he's the one who should be suing Julio for lost revenues. Find out who's got the winning moves in the case of the Big Breakdance Blow-Up.
Mr. Santiago, I understand you are suing Mr. Sitechek for unpaid performance fees in the amount of $1,250, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, Mr. Sitechek, you saying you don't owe him anything because they didn't perform as agreed, correct?
Correct.
Okay, tell me about when you started your relationship.
I met him through another performer out in Baltimore, and we did a gig for David just a couple of years ago. After doing that first gig, he liked our performance and thought he could book us at some.
So he's a promoter? Is he? What is he? What do you do, sir?
I have an amusement rental company, and we provide amusement rides for different schools, carnivals, etc. And often they'll ask me to book entertainment for them.
Okay.
And we hire them, and they come, and we have a really good working relationship with a lot of different people. I had a great working relationship with Mr. Santiago.
Mr. Santiago, what kind of performance do you do?
We do an interactive breakdance show.
Can
Kind of hard to believe because you're looking at, you know.
And you, right, yeah. Are you do the breakdancing?
That's the selling point.
Oh, listen, I can't wait to see. You can show me.
Yeah,
I'd love to
show you
see.
some stuff. Let's get everybody to clap their hands here.
Yeah.
Not like that, like this. Come on. Yeah, here we go. Buddy. Woo. Not bad, brother. Wow. Trevor. Ah.
Oh, go Pete, go.
Let's get this guy to help us. Let's get this guy to help us out over here.
I want you to
Yeah,
teach
stretch your
me.
arm out. Just hold on to that. Really tight. There you go. Don't move, buddy. Help him out. Stand still. Whatever you do. Jeez. That's incredible. Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. That was great, man. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Good job, Pete. Good job. Yay. Well, this is a performing court.
Nice. Yes, it is.
The honor, you see, I only
Okay.
hire the best.
Yeah, you hire the best, but you don't pay them, because that's why they're
Oh,
here.
I do.
Okay, they're here because you didn't pay them. So anyway, you met, and he had contracted your performance services for some event.
Yeah, for an event in last year, May.
And where was that
It
event?
was in Brooklyn.
And what was the event?
I don't know the name of the event. I think it was a private festival, and it was in the Jewish community.
All right, so tell me what happened the day of the festival.
The day of the festival, we were heading down to Brooklyn, got lost on our way over there. But I called David, and I told him he still wanted us to come down, so we went down.
How late were you?
About 45 minutes late.
Were they about 45 minutes late?
Your honor, if it was 45 minutes late, we wouldn't be here.
How late were they according to
They
you?
were contracted we had a 1:30, I should say we had a verbal agreement that it was a 1:30 show, 2:30 show, and a 3:30 show, that's correct.
So they were supposed to perform 3 times.
Right, 3 20-minute performances, that's when the crowd was going to be there, so that's when I needed them there.
Yeah.
They did, in fact, they came at 3 o'clock, and I was calling them the
Not
entire...
true at all.
All right,
Not
one at a
true.
time. I'm going to hear his. You said that he showed up at 3 o'clock. When do you say that you showed up?
About 45 minutes after.
So
know,
you
the
showed
time
up
we were
about
supposed to-
2:15,
Somewhere around that
You were
time.
supposed
I
to be
know
there
it's
by
about 45
1:30.
minutes. Yeah.
and you showed up about 2:50. So you missed the first performance.
We did one performance. That was the best performance that we gave that day because there were more people around to a big crowd. The rest of the day it was raining on and off.
So you performed. What time did you first perform?
Around 2:15, maybe 2:20. I know it was 45 minutes long. The bottom line is that we did performances. We did 2 performances, and we're willing to do a third performance. But he told us that we could go home after we sat around for a couple hours waiting for the third performance.
Okay, so you performed once, and that was a success, right? We both agree on that?
Rocked the house.
No,
Place was packed.
Your Honor.
Did they perform once?
They performed once for 100 people at 3:30. And they came when it was starting to rain. So they had their one performance, which was at 3:30. And this was already, like, we were like, okay, it's gonna rain, but let's see what we can get out of it and try to salvage it. Now, really, I'm the victim of this whole thing, and I should
No,
be
wait,
counted-
don't say that. All right, you're not the victim of anything. Okay, you're in business. Let's just go back a
No,
little
I
bit.
lost a
First of all,
client
you're
from
telling
this.
me part of the problem was there was rain. Now, rain is an act of God. No one can control the weather, correct?
Correct.
All right, so if it was a bad day, the people would not have wanted to go outside with their kids and families and whatnot. That's not their fault.
100% out. It was
Okay,
beautiful
so-
and sunny until 3 o'clock. And
Oh,
then-
yeah, just right when they get there, starts to rain, right? You think I'm gonna buy that?
Your Honor,
Right.
check the weather for
It was a
that.
rain dance, right? You had it that first proposal was a rain dance. You didn't know it.
Check the weather for that date, and you'll see that's exactly.
You know what? You know if you want, I'm not checking anything. If you wanted to prove that and look at that, you should have brought it in for me.
Yeah.
Nobody
Right?
debating whether it was raining or not.
No matter how good they were, if it was raining, no one was going to stick around to watch.
Yeah,
All right?
I
No
know.
one wants
But
to
we
get
tried.
wet.
We tried because we were late. We
Okay.
tried to make him happy.
Right? I understand. So the second time there were less people
Yes.
present. All right. They performed twice. Do you agree with that?
No.
What do you say they
Okay,
performed?
first of all, let's put this into perspective.
Now listen, you answer my questions, okay, sir?
I'll be glad to answer.
Okay, then I said, how many times did they perform?
Once, to my knowledge, that
To
I
your
asked
knowledge?
them, that I asked them to. It's my job to tell them when to perform and when not to perform.
Did he tell you to perform the second
Yes,
time?
he did. The place was all on grass.
We had a
it was
stage-
Stop interrupting.
It was-
Next time you want to interrupt out of turn, raise your hand and put it over your mouth.